Oh, hey, didn't see you there. I was just admiring the Elliott Clock Tower. Welcome to Oakland University. My name's Drew. Congratulations, and go Grizzlies.
Hi everyone, this is Hope Dacko, Senior Recruitment Advisor. I just wanted to say welcome to Oakland University, and we can't wait to see you on campus soon.
My name is Jeffrey Carl, and I'm an admissions advisor in undergraduate admissions. And I just wanted to welcome you to Oakland University. Go Grizzlies!
Hi, future Golden Grizzlies. My name is Michaela Gibson, and I'm an undergraduate admissions advisor here to welcome you to Oakland University. We look forward to seeing you on campus this fall. Go Grizzlies!
Hey Golden Grizzlies, this is Patrick Cassidy, Senior Recruitment Advisor. We can't wait for you to join the OU family this upcoming fall. Welcome to OU.
Hi, this is Ruthie Paula, Senior Recruitment Advisor. Welcome to all of our future Grizzlies.
Hi, my name is Adam, a Senior Recruitment Advisor, and I would just like to welcome you to the Oakland University Golden Grizzlies family.
Hi, future Grizzlies. My name is Adriana. I'm one of the admissions advisors at Oakland University. We are so very excited to have new Grizzlies join us on campus to share our home. I look forward to seeing you learning, growing, and continuing your story at OU. Welcome to the Golden Grizzly family. Can't wait to see you on campus.
Hi, and welcome to Oakland University. I'm Sharice Lucas-Perry, Senior Recruitment Advisor, and I am so excited to welcome you to the Golden Grizzly family.
Hey all you future Grizzlies. My name is Brittany Thomas, and I'm a Senior Recruitment Advisor at Oakland University. I know the pandemic we're living through has turned our world upside down and made life completely abnormal. But during this time, something that helps me feel normal and find joy is connecting with you all.
Hello, new Golden Grizzlies, and welcome to the virtual Decision Day celebration for Oakland University. I am Kayla Jones, an admissions advisor here at Oakland University and alumna currently pursuing my master's in clinical mental health counseling. I am also one of the 12 admissions advisors in our office that you may have worked with in the past. Please know that we are here for you and your family during these unprecedented times, and we are working tirelessly to identify opportunities to make the admissions process more seamless for you and your family. We understand that the COVID-19 pandemic has created uncertainty in just about every aspect of our lives. And we know the idea of beginning your journey at OU this fall may seem challenging, but we hope to put you at ease. So please let us know if you have any questions. I sincerely hope you enjoyed the welcome video from our admissions representatives. While we aren't able to host students on campus for tours right now, we are able to have our current students show you around campus virtually. If you'd like to participate, please email our visit coordinator, May Dennis, at visit@oakland.edu. Be sure to put in the subject line, virtual tour appointment. Now that you've been admitted, I want to make sure that you're ready to start at OU. The first step is going to be to activate your account, accept your scholarships, register for orientation, and apply for housing. The very first step is going to be the most important. In order for you to move forward along our enrollment process and learn a little bit more about financial planning at Oakland University, you're going to need to activate your account. And you want to make sure you go to oakland.edu/activate for more information. Now, I know that you are very active on social media, and we are too. So please follow us at facebook.com/OU Admissions and Instagram and Twitter at OU Admissions as well. Now we're going to dive into the Q&A portion from our student panelists so you will learn a little bit more about their experiences at Oakland University.
And now we're going to dive into the Q&A session of this event, where we're going to ask and answer questions from our student ambassadors. So our first question for our student ambassadors is, what made you choose Oakland University?
Hello, everybody. My name is Zuhair Issa. I'm in the grad program at OU. Why I chose Oakland University, it was a bit of a mix. My sister goes to Oakland as well, so there was a family connection, but as well as a good financial package that was offered through financial aid for me through OU, and as well as being away from home, but not that far away from home. So I think that was a big opportunity for me to venture out, but not go too far.
Thank you. Perhaps we can hear from a couple of our other ambassadors.
Hi, everyone. My name is Bridgette. I am a sophomore, business major. And I chose OU partly because I kind of grew up on campus. My brother went to OU and ran for the track team. And so it was always a home away from home. So that definitely was a huge draw for me. But also it's a place where I feel comfortable to be myself, but also to be challenged, to grow as a person, as a student, as a professional. And I would also like to add that I can make a ton of connections here at OU, whether it's working in the admissions office or going to different events. So it's definitely the place for me.
Thank you. And I'll let another ambassador chime in here.
Hi everyone, my name is Adriana. I just finished my freshman year here at Oakland, and the reason that I chose OU was because of the class sizes. I knew that they were small and I wanted to have a good connection with my professors. So that was one of the reasons that drew me to OU, in addition to also the financial support that I got here.
My name is Sanjay. I'm a junior accounting major at Oakland right now, and I would have to say the main reason I chose it was the class sizes. They tend to be smaller, so there's a very good opportunity to build relationships with professors as well as other students. And everybody I've met on campus has really been invested in my success, and that's something I really appreciate.
Thank you. Can I get you all to really just talk about the OU experience for you thus far?
My OU experience, I have been here for 5 years. I did my undergrad as well at OU. I think without OU, I wouldn't have made the necessary connections to kind of branch out into my community and begin sort of the community work that I've always wanted to do. OU kind of gave me the tools to do that, and not only through the education and classes, but also through the people that work at the university. It's also a huge part of making that connection and gaining that footing to go out into the open world and kind of make your difference.
So I am also a commuter here at Oakland. And a lot of the times when I'm like on tour, I get the questions of, so do you have different experiences because you're a commuter instead of living on campus? Oakland provides so many different events and opportunities for all of their students to make connections, to make friends, to really build that relationship with the faculty and staff and your professors. So it really has not made a difference for me. And Oakland definitely has a lot of different things that they can help you to have that college experience without living in the dorms if that's a problem for you, or living in the dorms is also great. I know a ton of people who love it. So that definitely has helped me to grow, especially in my freshman year.
You know, I would just have to say that there are a ton of opportunities to get involved on campus, whether you're a resident or a commuter. Outside of my admissions job, I've also worked for our orientation office, and I'm currently on our Student Congress Executive Board. And I've met so many people that have become close friends and mentors to me. There are just a ton of ways to build those relationships here at OU.
Thank you. Okay, and one question that we do have is, can you work at OU if you are not living on campus? And can you tell us about your student employment experiences?
So I, again, am a commuter. So I have I've had 3 jobs on campus within my freshman year. So I first worked in the admissions office, a great office. I also worked for the athletics department. I was a mascot handler, so I went around with Grizz and went to a bunch of different events and really got to, you know, hype up the school and make connections there as well. Then also I am working at the Oakland Golf and Learning Center as a clerk, so I get to work with a bunch of different people who have either are alumni from Oakland or are members of the golf course that work in Chrysler or work for the Red Wings or the Lions or anything like that. And so they're definitely building connections, and they're very easy to get those jobs. We also have Handshake that I found all of those on, which is kind of like the career search engine that we use. So it's very easy. It's a ton of fun to work on campus, in my opinion. So yeah, that's my experience.
I would just add on and say that through admissions and Congress, most of the best friends I will have made in college will have come from my work experience. And if we have any possible commuters in the audience, you might be wondering how to get involved if you're not going to be on campus all the time. And I would say work is a great way to do that because everyone you interact with, you will build a bond with them, and that'll never go away.
Yeah, I just also want to add that when I first started going to Oakland, I am a commuter. I was actually having a job off campus, and I found it to be really hard. And the nice thing about having a job on campus is that they're very lenient, and they know that you're also a student before being a worker, and they're very understanding, so you're able to get hours that fit around your schedule, which is one of the things I really enjoyed about working on campus.
Yeah, that reminds me, everyone you'll meet on a campus job is also really supportive of your academic goals and your professional goals, and they're always willing to talk to you about achieving those goals. So it's all very open, and it's a great mentor system as well.
Thank you. And one question I do have, if you have stayed on campus, can you tell us a little bit about that process?
So I lived on campus for 2 years. I lived in Hamlin Hall. That process is pretty easy. You really just go through the housing website and kind of go through your application. They've made it all really convenient and online for the students. So that application process is very simple and kind of easy to go through. You can go through a roommate matching period where you'll be able to request one of your friends to be in the same hall as you. And so living on campus, it's a great way to get involved, meet people. And again, for me, it was a way to get away from home, but not really get away from home because I'm not really that far from OU.
I would just like to add that if you maybe don't have a friend going in with you in the same year, you could go in blind, as we like to call it. So you fill out this very extensive survey of kind of like your sleep habits, what time you take a shower, all kinds of different random little facts, so that way they can match you up with someone who either has like similar kind of little quirks or they have kind of like a similar schedule as you, so that way you don't like hate your roommate for the first 2 years that you're living together, but then also you get to have a little fun with it and don't know who you're rooming with at first. So we also have that option as well.
Thank you. And can I get you all to just explain major selection and how that worked out for you throughout your first year experience at Oakland?
So I I always knew where I wanted to go in the college search process and kind of where the general major that I wanted. So I always wanted to go into business. Trying to narrow it down to what type of business was very difficult for me. I'm still sort of debating on it too. I'm debating between marketing and general management. But there are a ton of different resources, whether it be your advisors, your faculty members, your staff, your professors. You can always ask them questions and say, hey, which, like, pros and cons, can you help me kind of figure this out? Also, just other peers. I know actually Sanjay, who's on here, he's helped me a lot being another business major to kind of decide and kind of figure out which way I want to go. So even just people in not even the same major that you're thinking of, but just the business aspect of it, or if you're in engineering and you don't know which one it is, you can always utilize those different resources. So that's definitely helped me.
So in my case, also being in the business school, I would say that the first 2 years of courses you take when you come in are a mix of gen ed courses and then also what they call the pre-core program. So you take courses in different components of business. You'll take accounting and economics, you'll take HR, you'll take supply chain and such. And once you finish with your first 2 years, you've had a little bit of exposure to a lot of different areas, and you'll have a sense of what you're good at and what you're not good at, what you like and what you don't like. So after 2 years, you'll be pretty well equipped to make that decision. That's how it worked for me.
I'm kind of the opposite end of that for those who may feel like they don't really have it together as they're entering their college career. I was one of those students. I came in, I really had no idea what I wanted to do. I had a bunch of ideas. I wasn't really sure which one to pursue. My advice would be to encourage you to take advantage of the excellent advisory staff we have at OU. They'll really help you kind of see your goals and outline that vision and that overall, extending value that you want to proceed. And just really take advantage of all the staff that we have on campus. They really help me find out that I don't want to be in health science and I don't want to go to medical school. I actually would like to be in political science, and I'm now a master's in public administration. So definitely take advantage of those advisors. They can help you see and open your eyes to things that you never thought would be possible.
Thank you. We talked a little bit about student employment and those opportunities, but can you tell us a little bit more about getting involved, such as clubs, organizations? What are some of the student organizations you're a part of, and how can our incoming freshmen get involved?
So there are a lot of different ways to get involved here on campus. I know as a freshman, it's kind of daunting. It's a bigger campus. You have a lot of people around, a lot of tables that are like, come join our club, even though you don't really know what it is. And you feel kind of like awkward to go ask, but then also you might be a little bit interested. So it's weird. But I know that GrizFest, which is kind of like, it's in the fall and winter semesters. So every student organization, or most of them anyways, set up a booth or a table in either the Oakland Center or around the Oakland Center, depending on how nice the weather is, to kind of, give information on what they are, kind of give out some free stuff. I got a notebook and a folder and some pens, so I was set for first semester just going for GrizFest. So you always get free stuff, which is awesome. Sometimes they hand out food, but you do get to learn about all these different student organizations. They're totally willing to answer your questions. They want to answer your questions to try and get you to join, because they're always looking for new members. They always want to get other students involved. And also, it's a great place to just kind of like walk around, and you can, if there's a table that you're interested in and there's somebody else there and you're like, hey, why are you interested in this? Make a connection there, make some friends. So that definitely helped me to get involved. I learned about Catholic Campus Ministries, which I am a part of, and also I learned about Mission Kindness, which my friend is treasurer for. And so it's a really great opportunity to learn more about the organizations.
Also, another thing is, I know a lot of people want to get involved with events or clubs outside of their major, but outside of their classes. So a great thing to do is, usually if you go into the building of your major, so for example, I'm an education major, they do have clubs for your specific major, which are a great way to meet like resources and have friends that are in your major and can help you out with that. Also, another one that I am part of and that I think was really helpful in me meeting people my freshman year was the Honors College. You do get to meet a lot of people that way. You're put in a class where you meet a small group of around 14 students, and you're able to become really close with them. So that was a great thing about the Honors College too.
I'd say one big way to kind of find out what's out there is just talk to your professors, because a lot of them also serve as advisors to the different organizations that are on campus. So through the business school, I've been participating in a program called Ideas to Business the past couple semesters. And essentially what we do is we do consulting projects for local startup companies. We spend a semester advising them, and then they kind of put our ideas into play. And the main reason I came across that was I was taking an organizational behavior class, and the professor of that class was the advisor of the program. So really just kind of talk to them, see what they're involved in, and you'll find that there's quite a bit out there for you.
Awesome, thank you. And can you tell us a little bit more, when you talk about getting involved, how has your involvement impacted your experience at OU?
My involvement, I didn't say it before, but I was involved in Greek life on campus, as well as the Center for Multicultural Initiative, which is one of the offices on campus. The involvement on campus really creates a different atmosphere for you, because I was a commuter at one point after I was done living on campus. So having that distance from campus kind of made it a little more difficult to connect without being on campus. Being in this involvement gave me kind of footing and grounding that I could base off my connections, and it allowed me to meet a lot of people from my personal life, and as well as gain me a lot of professional connections. and even in the Center for Multicultural Initiatives, they ended up being my references for my grad position that I'm in now.
So it's definitely helped me as a commuter to get involved because, like Zoo said, sometimes it is a little bit difficult because of the distance, and you don't live on campus, so sometimes like when you're really tired and you want to take a nap, you can't just walk to your dorm. And so that distance does make it a challenge sometimes. But with all of the different events and the clubs and the organizations, it definitely helps to have those options and to have those different opportunities to get involved and to just go and watch a movie in the OC, or to go and watch a basketball game or something like that. So it definitely has helped me to make friends. It's also helped me to be more comfortable around campus. So now that I am an ambassador and I've done tours and I kind of know some fun facts about Oakland, that it's helped me, conversation starters or different fun things that have helped me to grow and to make those connections and make those friendships.
I think another big thing is all of our organizations and campus jobs provide our students with a great way to differentiate themselves later down the road when it comes time for interviews and things like that. Everybody's going to want to know what you did outside of class. And you don't want to just go to class and then go home if you're a commuter. So getting involved really helps enhance your experience in the sense that you want to differentiate yourself from the crowd. And there are just so many ways to do that with our organizations, no matter which field you're going into.
Thank you. And we've had a few questions about Greek life. Zuhair and any others, can you tell us a little bit more about your Greek life experience?
Yeah, so I was in Greek life all 4 years at OU. I ended up being the president of my fraternity at the end of my undergraduate career. Greek life was definitely a great way for me to meet a lot of people and to go to a lot of the events on campus. It gave me the opportunity to make connections, like I said before, and really build that bond with people that came from all over the state, and some people out of the state, some people were even out of the country. So it really gives you an opportunity to build that connection and become really involved in the OU community.
Thank you. And before we get to the final portion, could you all maybe share with us what made you stay at Oakland? So we heard a little bit what led you here, and I know Zuhair that you stayed for undergrad and graduate experience, and maybe all of you can tell us what resources helped you, and also why did you stay at Oakland University?
I can go first. So Oakland has, again, always been a home away from home. I have friends here. I have family members who work here. And so it's definitely been a place where I feel comfortable, and I didn't even go on a campus tour. I knew from the beginning that I wanted to go to OU, but then once I got here, it just kind of, it reassured the fact that it was really the only place for me. I went to a very small private school, and so going to a big state school was kind of daunting, but I didn't want to keep going to a private school and kind of have that sheltered feeling. And so that's why I chose Oakland to be, it's a bigger school while also being fairly small, and, having that, it's a small campus, it's easy to navigate. I did get lost on my first day, not gonna lie, but after that I was fine. And so it's just been a great place to make those connections, make those friendships. I thought it was always easy to ask questions, whether it's faculty, staff members, or clubs that are trying to table in the Oakland Center. And it's just a very friendly, and we're all kind of like a big family here, which I really, really enjoy.
Adding on to that, a reason that I stayed at Oakland was because of all the advisors I got. Every advisor I've had, which you get a lot at Oakland, you get one from your major, you get one from your first year, etc. They've all been really nice and helped me pick my classes, which I've really liked. And also the professors here are all really nice. They always have their office hours. They're always open to talk to you. They always respond to emails. And that's what I've loved, that I always feel like I have a great connection with my professors. and that's made me really feel at home here at Oakland.
For me, a big thing was the intimacy of it. For everybody you meet will remember you. They'll remember your goals. They'll remember who you are. And everybody has your back every step of the way, whether it's your bosses at a campus job, your professors, your advisors. I think in a lot of bigger places, that is a lot harder to come across. And at OU, you really never get lost in the crowd. Everybody's with you.
And to sort of add on some specific details, especially in the office of or the Center for Multicultural Initiative, they really helped me through my undergraduate career, and as well as my undergrad jobs, working in housing and working in the various offices on campus. There is a big stress on mentorship. I think every position I held in my undergrad career, and even in my grad position now, I always have one-on-ones with my supervisor, which I think is really nice, and it helps you see that, this is a job and there are things that need to be done, but there's also, the importance of your personal life and making sure that you're keeping on track with your goals and, that you're keeping your personal health valued as well. So I think it's really important to take advantage of those resources I pointed out before, but definitely on a specific viewpoint, Center for Multicultural Initiative definitely got me through my undergraduate career.
Thank you so much, panelists, for really highlighting and discussing your experience with us. We are getting ready to close this event. If you have questions that were not answered, I strongly encourage you to please reach out to us. We're ready and available. Before we close, of course, I'd like to say thank you again for coming. And please know that while we are in uncertain times, one thing I do not want you to question is the support that we have here for you. That support goes way beyond the enrollment process. It's going to be with you each step of the way. And I hope that you were able to learn a little bit of that from our student panelists. And I know personally I can attest to that as being an alumna of Oakland University. So at this time, thank you so much for joining us. Please make sure to finish out the next steps in your enrollment process, such as activating your account, and move forward with that. Thank you again, and have a great day, and welcome to the Golden Grizzly family.